Hey there, Jane Miller here, Jane Miller Associates, and findyourencore.com. Now, I want to talk to you today about something we call offboarding. Now, a lot of you know what onboarding is, right? So when you have a new employee or maybe you're a new board member to an organization, they onboard you, get you acclimated, show you where to put your stuff, and so on. But offboarding is a crucial piece of the employee experience as well. So why not make your offboarding experience their Encore? What do I mean by this? Well, there's certainly process-oriented steps that companies have to do when caring for a departed employee, and whether that's a retiree, a voluntary resignation, involuntary, or layoff, those kinds of things. And a lot of these steps are documented in many of the human resources guidelines and handbooks. For example, here's one that says, here is a comprehensive offboarding process list that covers most, if not all, eventualities. Handling the resignation, preparing final documentation, initiating the work handover process to others, an exit interview, provide farewell party, recover company assets like phones and computers and keys, and finally, storing employee information for further communications. Now, the only one that I think might be beneficial to the person themselves is maybe the farewell party, maybe the exit interview. But what about the person? I mean, the company, yes, has to protect itself and its assets, but what about the person themselves? So maybe this is a retiree who's worked for the company for a long time, very loyal, and who, although they're excited for their new freedoms that are coming, they're scared to death about what is coming next. And or maybe it was a good, loyal employee who just got caught in the, the right sizing of the organization, whose position was eliminated. Maybe it's a staff member whose contract was up. So don't you agree that you'd like to provide a little more, a lifeline, a little ladder, a nice transition to the people's next chapter? Well, a ladder like this, a lifeline, can go a really, really long way. But, and it's not just for the departed employee. I'll tell you, for the company, as you attempt to attract new employees or rehire past stars or improve your company image, it can mean a lot. Now, what exactly is offboarding? So it's the strategic process. It's really kind of a new word, isn't it? But it's a process of transitioning an employee from an organization. Too often, though, the typical offboarding process includes, just a frantic wrap up, transfer of work or project, and then a hasty farewell. So if it sounds familiar to you, you're not alone. Many companies make this critical mistake of not properly offboarding their employees. So Aberdeen had done some research on both onboarding and offboarding, and while most companies are doing a better job onboarding, they tell us that only 29% of organizations actually have a formal offboarding in place. So that's something critical to know. And Harvard Business Review presented some really cool, actionable tips on how to get started on your offboarding. And while it may sound like, spending this time and money on departing employees is counterproductive, here's some reasons why you should be improving your offboarding process. So former employees can provide great feedback and insight on the direction and the processes of the company. Former employees can serve as your ambassadors. We used to have a saying back in the electric utility, you have your virtuous cycle and your vicious cycle. Former employees can really help your virtuous cycle. Former employees can be future employees. How often have you heard, I'm going to come back as a contractor? And many do. Former employees might just have more social media and internet influence. Social media is bigger than ever before. I know at one electric utility that I worked at, if you wanted to know something, guess where you went? To the retirees' Facebook page for that organization. Go figure. And finally, former employees can make great advisors and even mentors to help onboard your new employees. And listen, so a new report from Market Watch suggests that there are more of 25% of retirees that return to work within 5 years of their retirement. So how about making their offboarding very congenial and nice so that they would want to come back with you if there's opportunity. And the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics predict that as we head into 2024, and that's not so far away, older workforce groups, and that means between 65 and 74, and then from 75 plus, they're going to grow faster annually than any other age group of working. So proper offboarding can provide a return on investment in hiring, public image, your virtual cycle, current employee engagement, and in so many, many ways. Consider this. Consider gifting your departees with a group program, such as the one that we've crafted here at Jane Miller Associates, findyourencore.com. Participants work to find their new vision and direction. They create and implement action plans and action steps to make progress. They upgrade critical skills, learn new skills. They optimize their environment now that they're not part of that loving, perhaps, workforce that they were at one time. And they master a new mindful psychology, and it's all intended to create great success in their Encore world, kind of an onboarding of sorts. So if you're interested in gifting your departees with this kind of program, just give us a call. There's a cool preview at findyourencore.com/preview. And join me again at findyourencore.com. This is Jane Miller. Thanks again for tuning in and listening to our message today.